What's up, Xbox family? This is Sega Man back with another video. This video is actually a good video. It needs to be done, and I'm doing it in my own special way, as being a collector and a gamer historian, which I am. I've been collecting video games for a very long time before some of you guys were even born. Some of your parents were even born. Yeah, I'm pretty old. I'm pretty up there, but I'm an OG out here in the gaming streets. And me and Hebot were actually talking about this, right? Me and Hebot were talking about this sometimes. My brother Sega Forever. We always go back and we like to reminisce about the games that we loved and enjoyed back in the day, from Pong to Atari, ColecoVision, Sega Master System, Nintendo, and the beat goes on till present day. But what I want to talk to you about today, in my own opinion, is about physical media. There's been a lot of just a lot of back and forth about physical media, digital media. Okay. And me and he bought for the most part, and I would say Unlimited Productions in our crew. We collect video games. Now, Unlimited, he's more of a new generation. Unlimited Productions does buy digital, but he buys physical, and he shows it in his videos on his channel with the Unlimited Production channel and the Unlimited Truth. But he also collects different controllers. They're collectible. It's part of gaming collecting. Collecting different types of controllers is also included in collecting games. But one thing that you can't play is you can't play a digital controller, right? For your kind of, if you played the Kinect, it's kind your body was a controller in a way, right? Very innovative for Microsoft to bring out the Kinect, and I still love the Kinect today. Okay. But what I want to talk about today, and I'm going to show you some collectibles that I have in video games. Now, this is going to be a little bit long video, guys. So if you enjoy gaming and you like collecting, uh, you know, just hear what Sega Man has to say and what I'm trying to get to and try and explain to you guys about physical media versus digital media. Okay. So let's start off with something old. Okay, we're going to start off with something old. All right. When you collected a video game for your favorite system, back in the day, it was all physical media. Okay. For instance, one of my favorite games on my Sega Genesis by Namco is Splatterhouse 3. Okay. Now, why I'm showing you this game in its original entirety, this game is actually worth a lot of money right now. I've seen it around $250. But what I'm trying to say about collecting physical media and what we like about it is it's something you feel that you can feel that you worked hard for. You worked hard for physical media. When you had a little job in a little store, like a grocery store when you were younger, a fast food restaurant, a mall, whatever, a kiosk, wherever you worked, if you wanted to buy video games, your parents were going to tell you, you know what, son, you're going to have to get a job if you want to buy these video games for your Sega Genesis or your Nintendo. I can't afford to buy you games all the time. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to go out and get a job and support what you like your hobby as is playing video games, okay? And what we really like about collecting is that it feels like you got your money's worth, honestly. You get nice artwork on the video game. If you look at the Splatterhouse 3 artwork, it's very detailed. It's very detailed from the monster to the Splatterhouse guy. It's very detailed. The artwork is beautiful. On the back, it gives you a little bit of like it says he's back, you know, password support, nasty new weapons, multiple endings. It's a 16 meg of Terra. Like they made it feel like, man, this is going to be a great game, and I love games like this. And it shows you a little bit, right, of what you're going to be getting into in the game. Okay. which is awesome. But what's also good about this too is, like I said, physical media with the cartridge. The cartridge had really nice artwork like the front of the cover. It's in excellent condition. But the best part, I think a lot of guys back in the day when they were collecting video games and they grew up, collecting and stuff like that. One of the best things to make your game worth more money in collecting was the booklet. The booklet in the game is very important. If you want your game to go up in price, this is definitely one of the things that will keep its originality and uh, preserving the game up, which is the booklet and everything that was included in the the physical copy of the game. Sometimes even the old advertisements, advertisements that were in there sometimes, right? Trying to keep this going, man. Trying to keep the Xbox Series X going. But that's what people loved about it. And sometimes guys, some people might call it weird, but they would smell the book if it was brand spanking new. They like to smell the ink. Smelling it, open up the game, smelling a fresh new game. Sometimes you can do that with disc form media also. You smell that freshness of the game. There's gamers that love that. You know what I mean? Having physical copies of their games and opening it up to a fresh smell of the game. It might sound weird to some people, but that's how gamers are. True gamers love that stuff. You know what I mean? But like I said, the booklet in the game, starting up your system, you know, it gives you a little story and background about stuff in the beginning of it. It's a prologue, right? Look at the prologue, right? Look at the prologue inside the book that you get. People actually miss things like this when you're collecting. So that's a very important part of collecting video games like myself and being a gaming historian and connoisseur and collector. I like things like this, okay? And having a physical media, it just really makes, and what also is what I'm trying to say to you too, is this can never go away. You can go away. I know that, okay? I'm not negating that. Yes, you can go away. We all have to go. We all have to go sometime, and I know that, okay? But like I said before in a video I made before, it's an investment. Ebot said it's an investment because it is. This can bring you money. When you invest in the stock market, right, it brings you money, right? It does. If you invest in the right companies that are making the money, you're going to make money off it. If you invest in physical media like vinyl, video games, certain VHS tapes, and even cassette tapes. I've seen a cassette tape go for over $100. It's a rap group called Above the Law, and I actually have the game Above the Law. Okay, one of their tapes is worth $100. $100. I think if it's open, it's worth $50. Okay, it's called Time Will Reveal. Time Will Reveal. Now you might find it on other sites cheaper, but I've seen it going over $100. So physical media is definitely an investment. So is video games. They're included in that, guys. Your controllers that you get, your special DT controllers that you get, if if you don't play them and you seal it back up or leave it alone and leave it go, it's never been played or anything, it's an investment. It's worth money. That's why people double dip. They might buy 2 Doom controllers so they can play with one and keep one up. Now, it's going to cost over $100, but you're investing into that because in the long run, it's going to be worth a lot more money. Okay, so that's why I'm a collector also because when I'm gone, my son, my kids, my family, they're going to know what to do. You know what I mean? With the collections of video games and stuff that I have. You might, like I said before, you might have an emergency and you don't have the money or funds in your bank. You can run to your local exchange and you can trade in and sell your games and get a few $100s depending on what you have. Okay, it's a little harder today. You know, you have to have a lot more, and it has to be worth a lot more in value. Some of the games that you have in your collection are worth a lot, way a lot more than what some of your half of your collection. To be honest with you guys, it is, especially OG stuff like Sega Genesis and Sega Saturn, for instance. Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you is that it's an investment. Now I know that you know people are going to be into digital media, and it seems that's the way things that are going. Okay, I understand that because this is a new generation. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with that, but there's one thing that I really have a very bad, it gives me a bad taste in my mouth in gaming, is that all the digital media that you have can go away. It's not an investment. If the servers close down for digital media on that game that you have, you don't get your money back and you can't play the game or access the game anymore. It's gone. It's gone. I'm sorry. I would like to play all my digital games as long as I'm here, not go away. But if the servers are shut down for it, it goes away. You're renting the game. I understand what they're trying to do because games are expensive, but you need to make more physical media. That's one problem that I do have with Microsoft and Xbox. They make physical media more for Nintendo and Sony. They don't make it for Xbox as much as they should. If all those other systems can get physical media, physical games for their system, it should be on also on Xbox physical. Okay. Then there's times now where you get the game and it's just a key. You put it in, it puts a code in, and you play the game. The disc is not worth nothing. See, me and Hebot actually, especially Hebot, he likes to find games that have the game on the disc, not just put it in and it's a key and boom, you're playing the game. He likes to find physical media that actually has the game on there. And I can see his point and what he's trying to say when he does his videos. Big shouts out to Brother Hebot, the most powerful gamer. Go check out the video he just recently did. It was really awesome. Check it out. Big thumbs up to my brother Hebot. Check it out. Okay? Understand what he's saying. For instance, let's move forward. Let's see more of these games because I don't want to go too long. Okay? Now, um, we got Gears of War, Xbox 360. Now, they're doing a Gears of War Reloaded, and it's going to be on PlayStation, and people are flipping out about it. But one thing they don't have the physical media of Gears of War on PlayStation. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if it's coming out digitally on there or physical. I don't know. But I know for right now, they don't have it physical. Okay. But the first Gears of War Collector's Edition. Check out that bad boy. People love getting this stuff. Okay, people that are collectors love taking off that slip cover, like it's revealing the game. They like taking off the slip cover. You know what I mean? The slip cover gives you the detail of the game on the back and everything, which is awesome. But what's really awesome about the Gears of War series is that you see this is in perfect condition. There's no dents, no nothing. It still looks brand new. It looks like it been waxed, like you wax your car down when you clean it. I like to keep my games in pristine condition. Okay. Now this is in really good pristine condition. The metal tin is awesome. Still looks like I just bought it the day of it coming out. But what's really awesome about this is that when you open up the tin, you got the art book, which is right here. Okay. You got the art book. You got the regular booklet that will come in the game. Okay. Showing you the guns and the details. It even tells you about the gun, its features, which was awesome. And then you got the game inside there. Okay, you got the game inside the metal tin. All right, it's a paper game thing, but you also got a limited collector's edition bonus disc. okay, in the game. It makes you feel like you got your money's worth of the $50 or $60, $70 that you paid for the bonus, special collector's edition of Gears of War. For instance, like the artwork in there. This book is fresh. It still smells fresh, dude. Like I just got it. All right, you know what I'm saying? Shows you the beautiful artwork, that's in the game. Like it still wants to close. Like it's hardly been opened. In the details of the world of Gears of War inside here. So that's another reason why we like to collect. And let's not forget that the game is on the disc. Okay? Let me show you a couple more collections. Let's see here. All right. Gears of War 2. Yeah, I'm going to show you a lot of Gears. Just showing you because they had good collectors when you would collect for them. Gears of War 2. Another nice cardboard slipcover, right? Nice chainsaw gun on here, right? Nice. Very nice Lancer. You know what I mean? On here. All right. Now, again, the collector's edition came with a nice collector book of Gears of War 2. You know? I hate when that happens. Of Gears of War 2. Okay? Very nice artwork in here. Very nice artwork. The sad thing about Gears of War 2, what is it, guys? I think you guys know. Bomb, uh, you know what happens in there? He loses his wife at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure you guys have all played Gears of War 2 by now, but, sorry, spoiler alert, I don't like to spoil, but that's what happens. Again, limited edition bonus disc in the game. It says here, Midnight Mayhem exclusive bonus content. It's already used, you know. They gave you a lot. They gave you a lot on here, all right? Gears of 2 Flashback Map Pack. Download exclusive Flashback map pack. Okay? You got that. Like I said, remember I was telling you guys about advertisements? Advertisements about Fable 2. On the back about Xbox 360 playing live on Xbox 360. Remember it showed the little earpiece, the old controller. You see the Xbox 360 wheel down there. The adapter. And then on top of it, you get the manual in it. All right, so you get all the bonus content, advertisements, and different things about the Xbox 360. Remember the old famous saying, "Jump in," which I say at the end of videos. And you get, like I said, the bonus content. Let's not mess that up. You get the bonus content inside there. I like to keep this stuff in really good condition, guys. Let me put that back under here. Any piece of material that you get inside of your games, never throw it away. Always keep it. Okay? Look at that nice metal. 10. It's awesome. Nice, isn't it? And the nice cover that it came in. Okay? Which is really awesome. I love this collector's edition. It's very awesome. All right? Now, I'm going to show you another version here. All right? This is another version here that I'm going to show you guys. See if I'm opening this up right. All right. Show you something else here. And if I put the damn thing in right, let me see. Now, this is the collector's edition. Let me close it up. This is the collector's edition. And if you look in the background, you see Marcus, the statue. See him back there? The Lancer, and he's on one knee. See him? This is part of his collection of Gears of War 3. And this is the collector's edition that comes inside the box. Look at that pristine condition. No rips, no tears, no dents, no nothing. That's a pristine condition of Gears of War 3, Ultimate Edition of Gears of War 3, right here, this bad boy. Okay? So let's open this up. You get the game inside. Get this out. You get the game inside. Okay, now it's in a plastic thing, you know, because they're giving you this big thing here. You get you get the book, you get a little pamphlet inside here. It's not much to it. Okay, you get the little pamphlet inside there. There's the game. Okay, right? But there's goodies inside this, and it came complete. All right, you get this nice Gears of War. I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put this in back right, but it's like a Gears of War flag, right? I don't think I untaped it. There's a Gears of War flag in there, guys. Like I don't think I'm gonna untape it. Okay, but there was also, see this? There was also something inside here. Not ripping it or nothing like that. Let me open this. Let me open this up. Yeah, I don't want to mess nothing up. Now, inside here, right, is Professor Adam Felix. Now, I believe that was Marcus's dad. I think he was a medical doctor. But this pamphlet was inside here. Check this out. This is what I mean when they would put the time and effort into collecting these ultimate collector's editions uh, uh, or a special collector's edition. They did a certain things, guys. But look at that. This was part of that. They're making you feel like it's real out here. You know what I mean? Part of the game, you know, the game stuff. Like, look at this stuff, man. Like that right there. You know, like I guess this is part of his notes or something. Different things that were inside there. Oh yeah, man, it's gonna be a little bit, you know, long video. I hope you guys enjoy because I want. This is why we collect. Check this out. It's like a schematic or something of the satellite. I guess that's of the Power of Dawn, right? You know that. Let's see what else we got here. AJ Phoenix East Barricade. Like this is a note. Yours forever, Dad. Like it's a little note. I believe this stuff was in the game. See, this stuff is the way they do this. This is awesome. This is what makes you your money's worth of getting these collector's editions. You know what I mean? Different things like that. Adam Jonathan Felix. Stuff like this. I think this is some kind of award or maybe or something else different. Can't remember. It even got watermarks in the background of this. Check this out. Different things like this, guys, that tells part of the story and the lore of Gears of War 3. You know what I mean? All this was inside that flag I showed you, right? Oh, there got one more thing that was in there. One more thing that was in there. Okay. Got pictures. I believe, if I'm correct, I could be wrong. I don't know if this is his dad. You guys tell me in the comments sections below. I think this might be um his dad. Adam. Yeah, Adam. I think this might be his dad, okay? I think that might be his dad. But this is what came inside that, man. It even has a description on the back and writing like it was real pictures. Like this guy really existed. This is why I collect video games, man. Because I love video games. All right? It tells the story and gives you a background of Gears of War 3. And it has a nice flag, and I hope I can hold it back up right. A nice flag of the gear sign right here. Check that out. That's awesome. You know, so let me put this stuff back inside, okay? I think it might have been wrapped around the game. I can't remember, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put this back inside real quick. Hope I don't mess it up. I like to show you guys, man. I don't just like to tell you. I like to show you. You know what I mean? I don't want to mess this up. Let me see. Damn, it's like folding your, kind of folding you know, uh, your newborn, putting a new diaper on them. You know what I mean? You want to gentle and stuff like that, of course. Your baby comes before anything, okay? Your kids come before anything, but if you want to be gentle and preserve your games and do stuff right, put it back right. You know what I mean? Put your game back. What was cool about this, guys, all right? There's another thing that was cool about this, okay, is this. This is awesome. The back of this opens. All right, check this out. The back of this opens, okay? See that? The back of this opens, and then there's the metal gear sign. It's physical. You can actually take it out. I think. Did I take it out before? You can actually take it out, guys. The Coalition, baby. Where it all started. The Coalition, baby, and Xbox, baby. Gears of War. I'm a diehard, man. Diehard Gears of War fan. Dr. Adam Felix for services to humanity. With, oops, let me put that back in there. With a nice cover. That is awesome. That is the holy grail of collecting for Gears of War 3. This, along with the statue. Now, when I got a really good deal on it, guys, because when Gears of War 3 first came out, I didn't buy the collector's edition. I couldn't afford it back then. It was well over 100. I think it was 200 bucks, 250, something like that. With like you see in the background with the Marcus statue back there. Okay, I didn't get it then. I got it later at my exchange. I traded in a whole bunch of stuff, and I only ended up paying like 40 bucks for the whole thing. The big box and everything is in the garage put away, about $40. Now that's worth a lot of money right now. Collect everything included. It's probably worth over maybe $500. I'm not sure, or around there. You know what I mean? So that's cool, right? So let's get into a couple more. Let's do an easier one here. Now this one here is a game by Konami. It's a little weird, okay, but this is another reason why we collect, because we like different types of things, right? It's inspired by the legendary game called Gary's, okay, and the Gary series. Now I can't really pronounce the name of this game. Otimus Excellence or Onimus Osimus Excellence or something. But it's a little weird. It was inside here, but it's a special edition of this game. It has her on the front, okay? But the thing about this game, all right, and I didn't get it. I didn't pay a lot of money for this. I really didn't. The thing I think there's another collector's edition of this. But the thing about this, okay, it comes with the game, right? There's the game, right? Little booklet inside, mind you, when 360 was, on top. It was the dawning of that era, and it also came with a art book, right? And a soundtrack. There's a soundtrack, and it's an art book. Now, it's not my type of music. I mean, it's okay, but it's not really me. But the thing that it really came with that I never opened, and I don't think I will, it came with a pillowcase of the girl, the pillowcase of the girl. So when a PlayStation ponies need their anime body pillow, they can get one of these and go from there. Just kidding, guys. But yeah, like I said, these collections they're worth the money. You know what I mean? They're worth the money. It's good to collect. It's good to have physical media because, like I said, you get bonuses inside there, man. Now let's do another one here that people will probably really love. This one because people love this genre, which was actually the flagship of Microsoft with the original OG Xbox. Now this is not the first game. This is not Halo, the first game, but this is the special edition, collector's edition of the game Halo Reach. Now I got this for a good whopping good price too. I did some trading in at my local exchange. I ended up only paying like I think around $10 or $15 for this collector's edition. But this is the collector's edition of Halo Reach. Nice and solid, right? It feels good to have this in your hand. You can play the game, right? Play the game. Go back, go through and look at all this stuff in here. Read everything about what has to do with Halo Reach. One of the best games. Some people consider this the last very best game that was made from Halo. Some people say this is the best one. Some people say Halo 3 is the best one. Depends on what you like. I like Halo 2. That's my favorite Halo. But a lot of people like 3 and Reach. So let's take this out. Mr. 100, he's a big Halo fan. Shouts out to Mr. 100. Okay, but yeah, this is the slip cover that goes on there. Of course, you guys know about that. All right, but it has a nice solid box, right? There's no dents, no nothing in this, nothing. Because if it had that in there, I wouldn't have bought it. You know what I mean? I want it to be in very pristine condition because the value of it goes up. Now, you get a little handle up here that you can pull it out, right? Pull it out of there, right? Nice solid cardboard box, painted up with a little symbol on there, you know what I mean, of the Halo Reach, right? A little description on the background back there. You can't really see it. The game is right here, okay? And let me see what time it is. Uh-oh. And, let me see. If I can get it out. Also, is the game Halo Reach that's inside here, okay? And I don't know if I need to really show you guys this, but hold on 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm back. I was trying to get this thing out. So what I was trying to say to you, the Halo Reach game actually comes out of here. Okay, it's inside here. I don't really need to show you guys this. I'm pretty sure you guys know what's inside here. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to pull this thing out or rip anything, but it comes out of here. Okay, like I said, booklet inside. Right? Look at this. Even came with a downloadable. Download your avatar item today. Halo Reach. Right? And I didn't even open it. Look, it's not open. I didn't even download it. Right? The back of it is not open. See where you can rip it off right here? It's not even open. Because I'm trying to leave this stuff in its original entirety. This is what makes the game worth more when you're collecting for it. My son and my daughter, you know, they know these things, okay? You get a little definitive edition guide to Halo Universe by Frank O'Connor also inside here, okay? That's right. Everything's inside here. Look at the artwork of Halo. Look at that. This is awesome stuff, guys. This is really awesome stuff. If you're really into Halo and Halo collectors, they love all this stuff and they appreciate all that stuff, right? So, also inside here, look at how thick that is, man. It's thick. Now I have a what's it called? Gear. I have another Halo. I'm gonna do that later. I'll do that later. But inside here, there's a whole bunch of stuff inside here, guys. Now, this is actually part of the collectors that comes in here, the collector's edition of Halo Reach. Like it has all this stuff in here. Okay. Uh, like I said, the paper like you would have on like the papers I showed you for the Gears of War. There's a paper in here. You know what I mean? Different things that talks about Halo Reach. You know what I mean? I don't even know if I want to pull all this stuff out, guys. Let me see if I can get this stuff out because I like to show you guys, man. All right, let me get this out. Okay, I got it out. Check this out. Very nice made book. Okay, like notebook, like what's a notebook or a journal, right? Look at that. Look at all this. Look at all this stuff in here, man. Look at this. This is a journal. Look at all this stuff in here. Look at this. Perfect condition. Perfect condition. It's like reading a book, man. This is awesome. Look at the detail in all the stuff in here. Look at that. You know, it had like another. And look, from the United Nations of Space. Look at that. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is why we love to collect, because we love stuff like this. We love stuff like this. Me, Sega Forever, Hebot, Unlimited. You know, there's other people out there I think that collect. Shouts out to the chat. You know, that everybody that supports us. There's probably some of them that collect. So this is an awesome. Look at the way it's made. Like it was made back in the day, in the olden days. You know, like with the way it's twined back here with the you know the string. You know what I mean? Look how detailed that is. You know, your boy Sega man is a diehard collector. I am. I've always been. You know, I've always been. You know what I mean? I'm one of the true OGs out here. I don't play around. You know, you got people out here. I'm not gonna say no names. I think I learned a lesson from when he bought to this video. Like I'm not gonna really say pretty much anybody's name anymore. I like putting people on blast. You know what I mean? When they're wrong out here in the Xbox gaming community, but I don't want to give them no shine. You know what I mean? You'll know who I'm talking about when I do my videos. But there's another guy out there. He's okay. He's got a cool channel. I'm not going to give him no shine. I don't take nothing away from him. He plays on everything. PC, X. I think he plays on Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. But these guys out here, man, they think Nintendo's like the end all be all, and it's not. The Nintendo Switch 2 it can't hold a candle to the Xbox Series S, man. Like, you want to come out here and you want to say that, we're crying over pieces of plastic or boxes and stuff like that. Meanwhile, when somebody says something negative about the Switch 2, you got a problem with it and you're screaming on the camera, you know? It bothers you when somebody gives you negative negative feedback about the Nintendo Switch 2. If that's what you like, that's fine. Okay? If you want to do negative content about Xbox and PlayStation, that's fine. That's cool. That's your channel. I mean, hey, do you, brother? But there's a lot of things you're wrong about also. You think, you say come to your channel to get, real true facts and stuff when your facts are not all true. They're not. You're going off things you're seeing on the internet. Like I said before, you guys do not know the real and true numbers of what Microsoft sold of their consoles. You can do it in theory. I mean, maybe they didn't sell too well, but you don't know that exact number. Just like Hebot said, you think the consoles are dying, the Xbox console is dying. It's not. It's like, I don't know how many times we got to keep repeating it to you guys, and you guys go on deaf ears. They're making another console. It's coming, and it's going to be more powerful than the PlayStation 5 Pro and probably the PS5 6. You know, I don't worry. I don't play power. I play games. As you can see in my collections, I'm showing you. Enough of that. So let's get back to this. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. Now this is another one from Xbox 360, guys, called The Elder Scrolls V: Oblivion. Now I got this for a whopping $7. Now I don't want to take it all the way off because see how it says $7. I don't want to take it off because it'll rip the box. Okay, I don't know why they put this on here. It rips the box, so you can't take it off. So it was $7, right? But it's really cool. Gives you in detail what it is back there. Let's show you guys this bad boy real quick. Opens up. Look at that. It's pretty cool, right? Opens up like that. It has a nice book in there. Oh, I don't want to drop nothing. It has a nice little collector book in there. And more information over here about the game. See that? And it has a book over there, right? So let's look at the book real quick, guys. Let's look at the book. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't want to drop anything. All right, this is the book that come with Oblivion. Look at this, man. This is cool. If you really like the game and you're into Oblivion and the lore, look at the artwork. Look at the style. This is why we collect. It's stuff like this, guys. It really is. It makes it worth your money. Now with digital, what do you get? When you buy digital, you get a digital book or something, and you get to look at the book on the TV. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. You get to see. Oh man, pay $80 for that. Man, that's cool. They might have a little interview with the late the like people that did the game on there. Oh man, yeah, yeah, man. Hey, that's cool. But you don't get the whole. It's not physical. It's not like this. Okay, it's not a bonus disc, DVD disc that you can put in anytime. in your Xbox, in your Blu-ray player, in your 4K player, in your OG DVD player that you can watch while you're eating a meal, or watch while you have your arm around your girl or your wife. You guys might both be gamers. You know what I'm saying? You guys are watching the making of Gears of War 2. You know what I mean? And you guys are getting closer and closer together, and then you don't watch it anymore. You know where that leads to, right? Different things like that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, right? I mean, it's just um, you. This is why I collect different things like that. You know what I mean? you know. And like I said, it was $7. Okay. Now we got two more, and then we're done. We're done with the video. Okay. And then I'm gonna close out with something I want to share with you guys. All right, man. Now here we're gonna go to the Xbox Series X and Xbox One. My brother gave me this. It is R-Type Final 2. Um, the collector's edition. Check this out. Really cool, right? This game, I believe, is on the disc. Correct me if I'm wrong, Hebot, if you see this video. I believe this game is on the disc. Okay? Now, this is this generation, okay? Even if we just get this, it would be great. They need to put more shmup and fighting games like they bring out for the PlayStation and Switch. You need to bring more physical media out like this, Phil, Sarah, Matt Booty, all you that are on the Xbox team. You're looking at a true Xbox gamer up here, and you can see in the background, and you can see in my hands, I am an OG Xbox collector, and we would like to have more physical media, please, with the game on the disc. Because a lot of people, I'm just being honest, Phil and Sarah, a lot of us out there are don't want it. We kind of don't want to buy the games if it doesn't have it on there. You know what I mean? Because we want to value a purchase, a purchase, and what are giving you our money. Also, we want the games on the disc. It's not hard. It really isn't. I know you can do it. You're a 6, 7, 8 trillion dollar company. Now, I'm not saying you're not feeding us because we are eating good over here, and PlayStation's getting sloppy seconds. You know what I mean? But us that keep Xbox going, that stayed with Xbox since day one and never turncoated like me. All right, have some respect for your OG Xbox true gamers out here, and we ask for you to please make more physical media, Phil. I'm not mad at you, and I'm not mad at Sarah Bond or nothing. You guys are bringing us great games with Ultimate Game Pass and different things like that, and we really appreciate what you're doing. Okay, we know what you're trying to do by putting other games on other systems. Like I said, they're playing chess. Xbox is playing chess. They're very strategic, and they know what they're doing, and they're going to keep doing it, and they're going to win. Because at the end of the day, Xbox is winning. Rather you guys that do the videos out there are not talking about it's dead and PlayStation got one up because they made the price lower on their consoles. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. This is a 6 to 7 to 8 trillion dollar company, my guy. So they can keep lowering the price all they want. At the end of the day, with the strategic things that Microsoft is doing by putting their games on there and making money that's coming right back to us, to defeat us, an ecosystem of Ultimate Game Pass is more value for our buck and more value for us. We're eating good over here. Okay? I know what they're doing. So we would like for you to bring more physical media, Phil, out for the Xbox, please. We buy it. Okay? Now, here's the game. Right? There's the game. It comes with an official soundtrack. Now that's cool. Now I'm not they like that fast speed metal stuff, that like, look, mine ain't even open. Did I open it? No, look, it's sealed. I'm not gonna open it. It's sealed. I didn't put it in the to play it in the Xbox or a Blu-ray 4K player or nothing like that. It's sealed because I like to preserve stuff. And it came with a nice artwork book. We want to see more of this. We want to see more of this stuff. Okay, this is what we want as collectors. You're gonna make a lot more money. Okay, that the people that made this, you're going to make a lot more money, all right, if you bring us out the collections for the Xbox also, okay? Not just PlayStation, And well, it's more PlayStation. I don't think you really get it with the Nintendo Switch. I think you get more of well, you get the physical media. As far as collector's editions, I would have to say the PlayStation 4 or and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That you get more of a collector's editions, and stuff like that. And PS5, I believe. This is what we're talking about. All right. Please bring out more. Last but not least, a real big throwback, guys, and I'm going to end the video. One of the reasons why we collected back in the day was because back in the day, you got awesome things. For instance, for the Sega Saturn. This is a Sega Saturn exclusive. All right? It's worth some money right now because you really can't if you find this out in the wild, what I'm going to show you, it's not cheap. But it's worth way more in its box with the game and the peripheral that came in this. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. It was one of the best games that ever came out for the Sega Saturn. It was actually in a way, it was actually in a way, I would say, Tails was Sonic's sidekick. But after that, in my opinion, it was this guy, which is Nights Enter Dreams. Nights Enter Dreams, the collector's edition, came with the 3D controller. This is worth some money today, guys. This is actually the prototype of the Sega Dreamcast controller. This is the prototype of the Sega Dreamcast controller is the 3D controller that came out for the Sega Saturn. Okay? And I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to end the video because the video was kind of long. And hold on, guys. Hold on a second, guys. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Now, this is the Enter Dreams Sega Saturn Collector Edition with the 3D controller. Okay, so let's dive into this and then we're going to end the video. As you can see, it came in a really nice box. Look at my box. Not dented. Very pristine condition like it was new. It gives you a detailed description of Nights with the Nights character and him looking at the 3D controller. This game is very awesome. I don't know why they didn't. This is a game that could really be remade and put on and see the power of the Xbox Series S and X. And I would like it to be exclusive to Xbox Series S and X. This would be a great game for Phil and them to make exclusive. Would be Nights Enter Dreams. Phil, Sarah, if you're listening, it would be nice if you can ask Sega if you can get this game, make it exclusive for the Xbox Series S and X. Make a physical copy and digital copy of this. Make it a physical copy of Remaster, right? And maybe see a glimpse of maybe them producing and making Nights 2, helping out with it. Making a GoFundMe, making Nights 2 for Xbox would be awesome. This would be nice to add to the ecosystem of Xbox, all right? So, let's dive in and look at it real quick, guys. Let me see, what time is it? All right. Let me do that. Hold on, guys. I got to do something real quick. I know I keep pausing, but I forgot to do something. So just give me 1 second, guys, and I will be right back, guys. Just give me 1 second. Sorry. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Last interruption. So let's take a look at the controller. Some of you might not even never seen this before, but this might be your first time seeing this. A blast from the past, which is the Sega Saturn 3D controller. Now, if you look at this bad boy, it kind of reminds you of like maybe a Star Trek, maybe the Star Trek Voyager, like the ships, like the Star Trek ship. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit with the way you look at it. But this is it inside its box. I'm going to take it out. Look at that. This is the Sega Saturn 3D controller. Pretty cool, isn't it? I like it. I like the way they did it. It was good in your hands. It was also good for playing fighting games. I love playing fighting games with this, not just and shmup games, not just uh, Nights Enter Dreams, but other games, right? So this is it right here. All right, check that out. That is the 3D controller for Nights. Right now, if you want to buy this bad boy today, I think it's worth over. I'm not maybe $60. I don't know. When you want it in its entirety with the game, I know it's worth way more. When you have the special edition with the Nights in it. You know what I mean? And the controller. It's probably over $100. But what was really weird about this actually detaches. Look, you can actually take this off. Look at that. For some reason, I don't know if Sega Saturn was planning on doing something with this, but for some reason you can detach it. I don't know what for. I never know why it made it detach. I don't know if they were going to make something else and put on there, or do something else with this, but it can actually detach. And let me get it back on if I can. And then it snaps back on. But that's the controller, right? And if you look at it, look, kind of looks like a Star Trek ship, right? Kind of does, right? Warp speed, Scotty. And then there's the game. Right there. That's the game. Knights for Sega Saturn. And it also came, should put it back in the plastic. I think I will. Came with a little, just a little important safety instruction that was inside there. See, this stuff matters. This stuff really matters, man. Like, it actually tells you inside what you that you can take it off and different things like that. I don't think I ever read that, but it's a little instruction that came with it. But that stuff matters. People might throw that away and think it doesn't mean nothing, but it does. It's not complete if everything's not in it. It's not complete if everything's not in it. But that is the 3D controller, guy. That is the guys, and that's the last thing that I would like to show you today. Okay, and we're gonna close the. Man, it's hard getting this stuff back in sometimes and doing it right, so you don't mess the box up. You gotta do it right. And I want to close out with something with you guys. Oh, and let me not forget. Let me not forget, and because it doesn't make it complete without this. This is the original book, Knight's book, that also is inside there. All right, original book telling you about the game and different things like that. No dents, no scratches, no bends, no nothing. All right, that's inside there. Okay, and you got to watch actually putting this stuff in, because if you don't watch the way you put it back in the box, you can actually damage it, like the books or whatever. Like, you should always maybe put the controller in first and then the book behind it, so you don't dent it up. So that is the Knights Enter Dreams Collector's Edition, guys, for the Sega Saturn. Now, in closing, just to say real quick, I'm not trying to down digital media, okay? But there's a lot of people out there like myself that still collect. And I know there's guys out there that make videos about guys that are collectors, and that, you want to tell us that digital is the way. And we understand that digital is going to be, there'll probably still be physical media, but it's going to get less and less. And what me and Hebot are trying to say, because Hebot said, Sega man, you should do a video on this. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing it too. We are physical collectors, and like I said, we love physical media. Okay, from today, we love physical media, man. We like steel books, like this. We like steel books and things like that. We like steel books, different things like that. We love steel books. There's the Batman steel book. I think I only pay like freaking $5 for this, but we like steel books. Okay, steel books, collector's edition of games. Okay, and if it's your favorite game, like mine is Gears of War, you guys know that. I want a physical copy of Gears of War. I want a physical copy of Forza. You know, Halo. I want physical copies of those games because it was part of the OG Xbox till now. Papa Xbox to Series S and X. I'm a collector at the end of the day. Like, I like playing video games, as you can see, and you see my collections behind me, but I'm an OG out here and I like to collect sometimes. If it's affordable for me, I'm going to collect it because I know it's an investment. That's why you see all this stuff behind me. This stuff is investment. Also, it's an investment. You know. Also, my kids, like I said, and Hebot said, we're not going to be here forever, but they can put this to some good use. They can keep it and preserve it, my son and my daughters, and make it worth more money in the future, or they can sell for college or things they might need to pursue things in their life. So basically, guys, this is all for my family. I'm enjoying it while I'm here. I'm not going to be here forever. And that's why a lot of collectors collect also, because they collect because it's an investment also. It's fun. It's great to collect. It's great to play these games. It's good to pick these games back up 10 years later. Look at the artwork, look at the book, look at the little statues that came with it. Put the game on and play it. Reminisce about the OG days. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because at the end of the day, all gamers are going to become OGs. There's going to be gamers out there that grew up playing PlayStation 5 that someday, right? They're going to become an OG. People with Xbox are going to become OGs of gaming if they stay into it. That's just the way it is, guys. So we're not trying to say that we hate digital media. We don't. I have a lot of digital games. I like Ultimate Game Pass because it's the best thing in gaming right now. The other companies like Nintendo and PlayStation cannot compete when it comes to Ultimate Game Pass, and I'm not doing that to take a shot at them. It's the truth. Ultimate Game Pass for the win. We're eating good over here, okay? And to the ponies out there, like I said before, you're getting our sloppy seconds, and you're bringing more money back over to the smorgasbord of games that we have over here on Ultimate Game Pass. We're eating good over here. And now you're getting sloppy seconds and you're eating now because you have no games. I'm not trying to be mean, but you honestly have no games to play over there. You're playing Xbox games over there. How does that make you feel and look today? Honestly, honestly. And that's fine, that's cool. But you want to still spread toxicity about Xbox and say Xbox is going away and Xbox is dead and it's just no reason to buy an Xbox. I can say there's no reason to buy a PlayStation 5. I can play Death Stranding over here. I can play your games on PC. There's no reason to buy a PlayStation 5, right? Because I don't need a PlayStation 5 Pro that does a little bit more because the computer is more powerful than a PlayStation 5 Pro that just does a little bit more. It is. A gaming rig is more powerful, and I can play your games on a gaming rig. So why do I need to buy a PlayStation 5 Pro? Same thing, guys. It's a double-edged sword. Okay, it is what it is. If you want to say that about Xbox, we can say that about PlayStation. We can even say that about Nintendo. Because through emulation, you can play Nintendo and PlayStation games on an Xbox Series S. I think you guys forgot about that. You put up that little denial wall. But there's guys that showed it and did it on YouTube. Look it up. All right, guys, gotta go. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I made this video for basically also made it for Hebot because Hebot said it needs to be done, and I did it. And for all the true collectors out there of gaming, it doesn't matter if you collect. If you collect for Nintendo, that's fine. If you collect for PlayStation 2, OG PlayStation games, or even newer games, that's fine. It's an investment, guys. Don't be a troll. Be a gamer. All right. Don't be a troll. Be a true gamer out here for your system that you like. All right. And don't troll. All right. Bring positivity to gaming. Because at the end, when we all play, we all win. Right. It's a chess move. Xbox for life. We don't die. We multiply. And remember, baby, we're eating good over here. And remember, guys, there's no power. There's no power greater than X. Peace, guys. I'll see you soon. I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to say thanks also to all our subscribers and all the chat that supports us. I want to give a big shout out to Unlimited Productions, my brother, the Don King of Xbox, E-Rock X, Sega Forever, Dea4568, the First Lady of Xbox. Big shouts out to her, man. Big shouts out to my crew. My Hawaiian brother, like I said, Sega Forever, Others Inc., Tuckmaster, the true Xbox gamers out here. Big shouts out to my crew, man. And big shouts out to 100 and his crew and the true Xbox guys out here that do gaming. And especially, they have that shield up for Xbox, man. We ain't going nowhere. So big shouts out to them, Lemon, all you guys. Peace.